This guest speaker in his first year, he sold 135 homes, followed by 205 and 257 homes in the subsequent years, despite a declining market. As a mentor, he guided 2 agents to 71 and 48 sales in their first year.
Wow.
Since 2019, Jason has built an EXP organization of over 500 agents.
And that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes, give him a round of applause.
And they're labeled as the collaborative movement, supporting agents worldwide. He created Sim's coaching system to help agents establish a unique pension program and transform their business, benefiting their communities and their families. Please help me welcome Jason Simard to the stage.
Woo-hoo! Hey, everybody stand up for me right now. Let's go. I cannot be up here and have no energy in this building. So what happened yesterday is not going to happen to me right now. I'm telling you. All right. So here's what I need everybody to do for me. I need everybody to touch your nose right now. Okay, that's ridiculous. Everybody sit down. That's just ridiculous. Sit down. I can't even get my 5-year-old daughter to listen, and you guys all just touch your nose for me. So thank you. I appreciate that. Can I just have permission to be very vulnerable with you guys this morning? Because all you guys hear is all the good stuff, and I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to give you guys the truth, what it takes to be here right now, and it's a lot, okay? I've been through a lot of shit in my life. Anybody relate to that? You had some tough moments. You guys realize you just went through one of the worst markets in 25 years? You guys know that? And you're all here in this room right now. Anybody felt anxiety in the last year? Show your hands. Come on, be honest. Anybody been stressed? Had fear? Questioned whether you could even make it? Come on, be honest. Have you guys had that? We've all had that. I doubt myself every day just like you. I've had manageable anxiety my entire life. You probably don't know that. And I'll tell you, the one thing that gets me through it is I just keep reminding myself that the pain of pushing myself right now is a lot better than the pain of regret one day when I have to look myself in the mirror and realize I'm not the man I could have been. And the truth is some of you right now just need to decide, I don't want to be that person one day that could have been. I want to be different, okay? When I started this business, I was minus $80,000 in the hole. Anybody been really broke before? Yeah, that sucks. It's not fun, I'll be honest with you. However, I made a decision in that moment. I said, you know what? This is me right now, but I'm going to make a decision. I am not going to be this guy. This doesn't define me. This is a moment in time. If you're broke right now, this is a moment in time. And you can get through it, but nobody's going to do it for you. And I'll tell you something, guys. Here's a fundamental law of the universe that I learned. Nobody believes in you when you need it most. You know that? When you need it most, nobody believes in you. It's not until you make it that people tell you, oh, you're so great, blah, blah, blah. But when you need it most, the people that care the most about you sometimes are your biggest haters. You ever had that? I remember, I'll tell you a story. I sat on the couch at my parents' house, and my father looked at me. I'm 29 years old, and he says, son, you have nothing to show for your entire life except for your 2 kids at the time. I have 4 now. That's what my father said to me. And I made a decision in that moment. I said, he's right. At that moment, I was rock bottom, okay? Minus $80,000 in the hole, and I was feeling pretty shitty about myself. However, I made a decision, and I said, you know what, Dad? The one thing that I have is I have my experience and I have my skills. This moment right now is a decision I'm going to make. I will not be this guy. Watch what I do, not what I say, watch my actions. So let me give you guys something. Write this down in your books right now. I'm going to give you a fundamental law of success, and I've studied this. I've been through it myself, and this works every single time. The very first thing that you have to do in order to be successful, number one, is you have to believe in your success before it happens. See, nothing great has ever happened in human history without somebody believing it first. And that comes with a lot of ridicule. Could you imagine when somebody thought, hey, I'm going to invent an electric car? That probably was a crazy concept at the time. Or the fact that you'd have a device in your pocket that can take your heart rate, tell you if you're okay. Think about this, right? At some point, somebody had to believe that to be possible. Any great building that you've seen, somebody believed that could be built. So You have to believe in yourself when nobody else does. And I'm telling you, you're going to have some hate from people. That's not realistic. Thanks, Karen. You know, sorry if your name's Karen, but that was my mother-in-law. Her name is Karen. She was one of the doubters. Second thing, guys, this is a fundamental law of the universe, is you have to act as if you're that person that you want to be before you are that person. So your actions have to line up with that. Okay? Some of you, maybe you believe in yourself, but if you actually examine your actions, they don't align with the person you actually believe that you are. So you need to get those things in line. And then the third fundamental law of the universe is you have to be patient and you have to give it time. You guys all want to be overnight successes, but you realize it doesn't happen overnight. I did 135 home sales in my first year. That sounds amazing, and I'm sure to a lot of people that's like, wow, that'd be crazy. But what you didn't see was the 17 years of struggle before to get there. I put a lot of time into my craft, right? Before getting into the business. Years working as a bank manager, years working and getting rejected, right? Failed business opportunities that didn't go the way that I wanted to. So those are all the prices that you have to pay for the success that you're looking for. So understand that. All right, now what I want to give you guys is a reality check. I want to do a health check. Like, how are you guys actually really doing? Because some of you right now are not doing well. I know this because like I coach hundreds of people all throughout North America, and I know that you're not all going through easy times right now. Some of the most successful people that you're seeing in this room are not going through some of the easiest times either. I'll tell you right now, this last year running a team, a mega team, has been the most stressful time of my life. Trying to run a big mega team during a down market is not easy. Inflation, does anybody feel wealthier right now than they did 3 years ago? Show of hands. One person? One person. One person. That's a reality check for you right there. So running a mega team is not all what you see. That's not all the highlight reels. It can be very stressful. There's a lot of cost that goes into that, okay? So if you're running a team right now and you've been going through some hard times, I get you. I understand. And this is why I would recommend to every single person in this room that you build yourself some passive income. I got to tell you, like the one thing that I've done is I've never focused on agent attraction, to be honest with you. In the time that I've built it, my 500 agent organization has been built on this concept. Just be helpful to people. Really, be very helpful to people. Collaborate with people. Become the second best option. If you can't be their first option, become their second best option when they need something in real estate. Because when their broker drops the ball, then you could be there to pick it up. The reality of it is like EXP sells itself. It really does. If people just have an open mind and they actually look at the opportunity, they will see it, but they have to have their mind open first. You can't convince or persuade somebody to do anything. That's the reality. So your job is not to do that. Your job is just genuinely be helpful. And people are in real estate because they want to sell houses. So what are you doing to add value to sell houses? Now I have a whole PowerPoint, but you know, sometimes when I do these things, I just change them up like 2 minutes before I go on stage. So that's another one of those days. So anyways, there's a little bit about me. EXP, obviously, guys, the reason I was able to get through this last year with our team is because I had revenue share, right? That 30,000 average a month that I get from that has allowed me to fund a pension plan for people that I care about, has allowed me to protect my family, has allowed me to be able to expand when others are contracting, allows me to pick up market share. So it's a pretty amazing thing. And so what I would tell you guys is just start looking to help other people. And don't be afraid to just say, hey, listen, would you be opposed to looking at an opportunity to collaborate a little bit more? And that's probably a good way to just get a conversation going and get people to see if they're open to it or not. Because at the end of the day, that's what EXP is. It's just a huge collaboration. I have friends that I've made in this business that have massive organizations, and we just collaborate and help each other. That's really what we do. And I call them up. They're like, hey, what do you need? They call me up, same thing. And that's just really what it's all about. So it's not about your downline or any of that. It's really just help each other. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a health check with some of you. How many people here in this room, show of hands, date their spouse every single week? How many people? Every day? Love that. Okay, can you guys do me a favor? For those people that didn't put their hands up, can you get this right, please? Start dating your spouse every single week. 1 day a week, I want you to put in 2 hours in your calendar, have your phone forwarded to somebody else, but date your spouse every single week. Okay, this is so important. Add it in your calendar and please treat it the same way you would a listing appointment. Okay. This is a weird industry. Like the amount of times that like realtors bail on like birthday parties, their own spouses' trips, ruin them. You guys can all relate to that. Don't do it. Okay. This is the most important person in your life. This is the most important appointment in your week. So make sure that you're showing up for it. The next thing I'm going to introduce something that I call the heavy lifting before noon plan. Here's the truth. You don't have to work 50, 60 hours a week to be successful. What you have to do is you need to work focused, disciplined hours. And I call it the heavy lifting before noon plan. So what you want to do in that heavy lifting morning plan is you need to move your body. Exercise is really important. How many people in this room exercise regularly? Good. I like it. Some of you don't have your hands up. Add that into your schedule. I promise you, you'll have more energy, more clarity if you can start adding that into your calendar. The second thing is, what I want you guys to do is I want you to block in time for your family. If you have a family, even if it's 30 minutes to drive your kids to school, if it's 30 minutes to have breakfast with your spouse and your kids, please, it's worth it. Build it into your schedule first thing in the morning, okay? So you're taking care of yourself, you're having family time, and then what I want you guys to do is every single person in this room needs to have an hour of business development 5 days a week. How many people do that? An hour of business development that you do 5 days a week. It's alarming how many hands are not up right now. And then you guys wonder why you don't have consistency in your business. I'll tell you the one secret that I know for a fact is anybody that does that 1 hour of prospecting and business development every day, 5 days a week, and does that for a year will absolutely make 6 figures guaranteed. I've never not seen that work if somebody can sustain it for 12 months, ever. Never not seen it work. All the most successful agents, you ask John Tsai, you ask DK, any of these guys that I'm seeing right here, they prospect. It's part of what they do. It's built into their plan, right? They're just following a system and it works every single time. Gratitude. Send out 2 gratitude messages every single day. Every day, send 2 gratitude messages. Don't overthink it. Let people know how you feel about them. If it's a past client they had a good experience with, just say, hey, I just want to let you know, I really genuinely appreciated working with you. You were really funny. You were always punctual. And I appreciated that. I wish I had more clients just like you. So thank you. I just want you to know I was thinking about you. The other thing is, guys, you need better processes. How many people here have consistent processes for every single facet of your business? Be honest, show hands. 3 people have their hand up, guys. This is a problem. This is a problem, and I see it over and over. So you guys, if you're not investing in yourselves, in your skills, in your development, how are you going to have a predictable business that doesn't stress you out? Okay. The next thing is, how many of you actually have a savings and diversification plan built into your business? 1, 2, 3, show hands, 4, 5. Okay, there's a few. You guys need to be putting away at least 10% of your gross earnings into other assets. 10% of your gross earnings automatically should be put into other assets and diversification. Because I'll tell you why. Sometimes you get these moments in time where you get punched in the face, things are tough, and that right there is your safety net that allows you to keep moving forwards on your plan. See, many of you get derailed because you don't plan for the unexpected. It's not always going to be a straight shot big market like we had 3 years ago. The reality of it is, in a 10-year cycle, you might have 2 really good years. You're going to have probably 6 average stagnant years of business and then 2 really big down markets. So in a 10-year cycle, guys, you might have 2 years of those that are going to be really robust. So keep that in mind. You have to be prepared to be able to handle all of that. Next thing is, I want you guys to be patient, please. Sometimes success doesn't come right away. If you've ever spoken to John Tsai, I have a lot of respect for that man. His first year in real estate was opposite to mine. And it's not because he's not massively successful. The guy's insanely successful, but he had to persist and keep working and pushing through it. And believe me, it probably wasn't easy. It was really hard. I promise you, me getting into real estate was not easy. I had to beg, borrow, and steal. I didn't steal, but I borrowed money from my brother-in-law, $53,000. And I had to pay it back. And I did. I paid it back in 4 months in full. And I had to, that was not easy. I had a fire lit under me and it was very well lit. Listen, I know this is a bit, you guys want to get some production stuff. So I actually have a QR code that you guys can download right there. There's a ton of amazing, valuable information that'll help you guys in your real estate business. And one of the things that I focus on is teaching people how to do business at a much higher level, how to have a more manageable, counterbalanced life. So please scan that QR code, guys. I want to give you guys that information so that you guys can take it away. The next thing is please get out there and meet people. You're in a people business. And some of you are hiding behind keyboards and you're afraid to talk to people, right? Just say, hey, what's your name? You literally can talk to anybody. Every single person that you talk to either rents or owns. A small percentage of them might not have either of those things, but I'd say 99% of the people you talk to will have a home. And so a conversation could lead to so many opportunities. You just don't know. You just have to become curious about people. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be up here. This is for me a huge honor, and I just want you guys to crush the week, and I just want to thank you again. So appreciate it.